After a brief tour of the home, Ryan and John are ready to get down to business with their full investigation of the Blake residence. Ryan's first stop is the crawl space beneath the house. Here, his primary focus is air quality and leakiness of ductwork.
You have a lot of, particulate matter, you have a lot of moisture being drawn up into the house, so it's definitely a big thing from a health standpoint to address. So, what I'm looking at here is how well insulated the floors are, what type of insulation. There is none.
In some cases, up to 30% of the conditioned air pumped through ducts is leaked out into the crawl space before it makes it into the house. A big point of wasted energy for many homes.
You see all these black spots?
Yep.
On the insulation?
Yep.
What those signify, they are leaks.
Another common health hazard is asbestos sealing the connection between your ducts and flooring. Especially as asbestos ages, it can become frayed and aerosolized. Not a good combination when the air you and your family breathe passes next to it as it heats up and cools down your living space. Furthermore, when the crawl space is artificially conditioned, rodents are attracted and make themselves comfortable. Germs they carry with them can then be brought up into the home as air from the crawl space replaces air leaked from the roof, contributing to potential health hazards hidden beneath the floors. Making sure to thoroughly investigate the crawl space is an indispensable part of a sustainable space's Greenup. As Ryan finishes up in the crawl space, John gets started elsewhere. John begins his investigation of the home by checking the walls for insulation. One of Scott's big questions was whether or not his walls were insulated, so John uses a couple of different techniques to find the answer. First, he looks into a plumbing cavity using a boroscope.
What you're seeing here is the pipe, and this is the foil backing, and that's the fiberglass insulation that's in the wall.
Next, he removes an outlet faceplate and probes the wall with a metal rod.
See, I'm getting a spongy pushback right here.
These two tests help him identify that, yes, the walls are insulated, giving him a better idea of how to prioritize suggested retrofits. After checking out the crawl space, Ryan heads up to the attic to investigate the quality of insulation and catch up on news from the Reagan administration. It's very common for the insulation coverage in attics to be too thin or unevenly distributed, so Ryan does a thorough inspection of the Blake's attic to see how it can be improved.
And essentially what I could do is if I took a quarter over there, I could just drop it all the way down to the crawl space. And these are the type of leaks that we find in every house, and sealing them up is going to make a huge difference.
After probing the walls, John begins setting up the blower door test. By sealing off the front door and closing all the windows, doors, and vents around the house, John is able to effectively depressurize the inside of the Blake's home. All of the air that is blown out of the door must be replaced with air from somewhere else, primarily from leaky points and vents, around the plumbing, and the whole house fan connecting to the attic. By depressurizing the home, John is able to determine where and how air is escaping, and therefore able to recommend the best ways to fix it. After everything is said and done, it's time to double check their work with an infrared gun. This confirms with visual evidence Ryan and John's findings about where and how the home is insulated.
So you can see these just really hot perimeter edges. And that's just uninsulated or poorly insulated attic space all along there.
Next up, Ryan returns to meet with Scott to present their findings and recommend the best ways to improve health and comfort of their home.